dog, I freaked out in the church, like on some Christian Bale, shut the fuck up type. Like I really lost my mind. Man, I felt so bad. I was in there yelling. I was in there crying. I was in there like I was going off. I was like, "Don't tell me." I wasn't cussing, but I was like, "Don't tell me what is and isn't important." But like, my mom was in there. I was yelling at my mama. I was like, "Yo, I felt."
Oh wow! You had a LeBron moment, right? You had
Yeah,
mama, sit your ass down.
yeah, for real. I completely freaked out because it's like when I write something, it doesn't. I mean, it goes out. All of everything that I've written that I've published is on Amazon. Shameless plug. Alex Hood Fuller, plus size, Into the Furnace, Spark of the Demon. It's all on.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Boom, there we go. All right, keep going. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? It's another week. It's another edition of the A.n.A podcast. My name is Alex Mack. With me is my podcasting brother, as usual.
Alex Hood.
All right, man. Yeah. So this week we kind of just gonna shoot the shit a bit. You know what I mean? Well, actually, no. You know what? Now that I think about it, because I remember when we were first talking about like doing this, we did kind of say like we want to do this weekly thing of like, you know, how what was it like? What's your word count or whatever like for the week? You know what I'm saying? So
oh shit, right? Oh right.
Yeah, I just I forgot all about that. So so this is a thing you are going to constantly kick my ass in. I'm pretty sure because I just do not write as often as I want to. So my word count is pretty trash. I think I got maybe 300 words down. I've honestly just started maybe like a month ago, and then like a bunch of stuff just kept coming up and kept happening. So, but I am going to start writing like a lot more though. Okay, so you're gonna wash me this week, but I'm just saying, you know.
Man, don't beat yourself up too bad. I have an advantage over you. One, I don't have any children, and two, I have a semi-dedicated like groupie right now. So like I'm constantly hounded for more stuff. So it kind of gives me motivation to like write. And you know, with like there's just something about the fact that I know I'm writing something that somebody will for sure look at. So it's that extra kick in the pants because you know I like writing and I like telling the story, but every now and again the fact that you feel like you're writing into a void kind of gets to you. You know what I mean? Like it's like, all right, what am I actually doing this for? Because I don't need to read it to myself. I know the story, or at least I think I know the story. That's the thing. I've been struggling the last couple of weeks because like I realized because I'm working on the sequel. I was sitting down. I was like, I don't know the story as well as I probably should, and I don't mean like the frame of it. I mean like I was thinking like details. Like I had to open the book that I already wrote a couple times to like look for information and whatnot. I was like, all right, what was his name again? And how old did I say he was? And yada yada blah blah. I'm like, why don't you know your own work? Like I know other people's work way more than I know mine, and that shit wild.
No, that's legit. Like, cause I had this like fantasy world I was building up, and there's this app called Campfire or something. It's like a world building kind of thing, right? So it's like you can put characters up there, magic systems and like you know religions and like bestiary, I think they're called, and all that stuff. And I did all that, right? So this person, and he's going to be able to do this, and he's going to be from here, and he's going to link up with this person. I couldn't tell you a thing about that right now. Like that was so long ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd have to look at the thing. Like I didn't even write it. Like I didn't come up with it. I'm like, wait, what was his name again? Shit. You know what was he doing again? God, damn. Like I did write this, didn't I?
I was It was funny since we're talking about writing, even though it's not exactly related. I've been telling you I've been working on that play for my church, right? And last rehearsal, I I was putting up the second draft of the video because it's part live and part pre-recorded, right? So I was putting up the second draft of the video that I had, so they could have a feel for what the order of the show was going to be on Sunday. A little late in the game, but it couldn't really be helped. And I saw a shot, and in one of the shots, the guy I had shooting it was in the shot, right? And I've been working on this. Technically, I've been working on it since December or November because I had to write it first before we could start. And we have collectively as a team been rehearsing and preparing for it since January. So this has basically been consistent for going on a year, right? So well, a little less, but Samantha. So I see this shot, and I go, "Nah, that's not cool." And I stop, right? And everybody's like, what's going on? My other castmates, and like, the guy is in the shot, and they go, well, nobody's gonna notice. It's not that big a deal. And like, it was like the pressures of like feeling like I made something that was no longer up to my standards completely took over. Dog, I freaked out in the church, like on some Christian Bale, shut the fuck up type shit. Like I really lost my mind. Man, I felt so bad. I was in there yelling, I was in there crying, I was in there like I was going off. I was like, don't fucking tell me. I wasn't cussing, but I was like, don't tell me what is and isn't important. But like, my mom was in there. I was yelling at my mama. I was like, yo, I felt.
Oh wow, you had a LeBron moment, right? You had a mama sit your ass down.
Yeah, for real. I completely freaked out, bro, because it's like when I write something, it doesn't. I mean, it goes out. All of everything that I've written that I've published is on Amazon. Shameless plug. Alex Hood Fuller, plus size, Into the Furnace, Mark of the Demon. It's all on.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Boom, there we go. All right, keep going.
So, it's all on Amazon, right? So, but I don't see people read it. You know what I mean? Like I've never gotten a fan letter or anything like that. So, generally speaking, I know I get sales because I see the reports, but they're anonymous. They're just numbers. So people's reactions in real time, I don't see that. But with this being something that I wrote and something that we are putting on, I see the people's reactions. I see their faces. I talk to them after service, after we put a part on. We exchange criticism, yada, yada, yada. So it's like, it's a very different reaction. It's like now I will know how my work is being received, and it makes that part of me that feels like everything has to be in place like a lot stronger. Yeah. And I realized I wasn't ready to handle it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even realize how stressed I was until I've just freaked out. Cause like I stopped, I calmed down, I said I'm sorry. And as soon as I said sorry, I turned around and I really just started crying. Like I was like bawling my eyes out. Homies was coming over consoling me and whatnot. And in my head, I'm like, yo, what is happening to me, bro? But yeah, man, this art shit, this is
I am a director. This is my art. You will appreciate my art.
Really?
No, like but you're getting that instant like notice of like people like looking at, judging, critiquing like your work kind of, or enjoying too. Like that's mad intimidating though. Like I feel you on that. That's like really intimidating. So yeah, all right. You had your director moment, huh? Where you just like get your ass on the mark right there and say the words. Just say the words.
Bro, I melted down. And you know what's funny? There's a woman that's part of the team who has this very like calm demeanor. Like nothing rattles her, right? And that is always so helpful when I'm freaking out because she can keep me calm. She keeps everybody else calm. But in this moment, it almost turned into a taunt. You know what I mean? Like I'm over there losing my mind and she was just sitting there calm. And I'm like, how dare you not react while I'm yelling at you? You know what I mean?
You're not going to give me nothing? You're not going to give me nothing?
It was so prideful of me, bro. I was like, I was just looking at her. I'm like, this is making me madder. This is making me like, yo, show some emotion. Get upset. Like, tell me I don't got no business yelling at you. Something. You just gonna sit there. You done? Like, yo, I will burn this building down. Stop playing with me.
Oh my god! I wish anybody take out their camera and start recording, because I actually want to see this. I want to see you in full Christian Bale mode.
No, it was not recorded. And I promise you, if it was, I would have destroyed it by now. Because that's the kind of thing, like, because it's not a good look. I was the only dude in the room, so it really looks like a dude is just yelling at a bunch of, like, I don't want to say helpless, but like vulnerable women, including my mother. So like, I'm like, nah, I'm cool. In fact, I don't even know if I'm gonna get in trouble for telling the story, because my dad don't know that, and I don't know if he watches the podcast. So if he hears this, you yelled at my wife. Dad, sorry.
Yeah,
it's a tough time, bro.
It's gonna be a random, like, Wednesday night. He's just gonna come in the room like, you did what now?
That's exactly how he does it too. Like with my father, completely. All right, side tangent for a second. My father, right? My father is. It's very fitting that he likes the game of chess, because he treats life like chess, bro. He'll sit on information for like weeks, sometimes months. He'll just have it, and he'll slowly shuffle the pieces around, and you'll walk in the house one day, and something will feel off, but you don't quite know what it is. So you're going on about your business. You know, he's not yelling, he's not mad, he's not, whatever. He just seems a little distant, right? Just a little bit. And as the days go on, you're like, he doesn't seem to be nagging me. He ain't asked me how my day is. He ain't asked me about homework. My room is a mess, and he don't seem to have an opinion. All right, what's going on here, bro? And then he comes in with the evidence, right, of some crime you committed 13 years ago. And by now, you done long forgot. You want to explain this, sir? I would, but I don't remember. Like, at this point, I really don't remember. And then, of course, by then he's had all this time to come up with his argument. He's come up with all his evidence. He's got witnesses on the stand. You know what I mean? He's called up his father. He's called up the church. They done caught you in the act. And you're just like, I'm not prepared. And don't try to lie, because he got video evidence. He got sworn statements. It's over, bro.
That's funny.
Nah, for real.
That's funny.
I very well could hear from him next week about this happening.
That's wild. That kind of sounds a little familiar. Honestly, I don't know if I'm exactly that, but I can kind of like just sit on stuff for a minute and just stew over it. Just be like, oh, word, okay, and deal with it when I'm ready. That's
yeah.
Like when I'm ready to deal with it, I deal with it. But yeah, man. Huh?
I had to learn to stop doing that, because it doesn't work out for the people around me, because they end up catching hell that don't belong to them. You know what I mean? Like, the person I want to aim it at ain't here no more. So it's like, then somebody will, like, they'll just touch me on the wrong day, and I'll be like, what do you want?
Yeah. Oh, it ain't healthy. It's not healthy. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's slow to anger is what they like to call it. But to me, I'm just like, all right, this bullshit. I don't know how to deal with it right now, but okay.
I'm slow to anger, very quick to annoyed. Like my anger, not a whole lot of things make me mad. There are things that, well, let me be careful about how I phrase that. There are plenty of things that make me mad, but most of the things that make me mad, it takes me a really long time to get to mad status. But once a thing has made me mad, every time that thing happens, I get mad instantly. So it's like you could keep doing something that annoys me for years, and I'll just keep, whatever. But the second we cross that, okay, now I'm pissed off at you, you're never getting away with it again. I'm gonna freak out every time, because now it feels personal. You know what I mean?
We done had the conversation or whatever, and you just keep going. That to me is when it's like it's the ghosting time. It's like, all right, cut off, like just straight up, just like nah, incommunicado, like you don't exist to me no more. which again is not healthy, but I don't know. It's me.
I've only
kind of
blocked. I've only blocked 2 people in my life.
just 2. Oh
Yeah,
man, my list is long.
it's a very interesting 2 people.
Yeah, my list is long. I should like shit, but yeah, that's why you had your director moment. All right. What did Christian Bale freak out about? It was like somebody was talking during the shoot or something like that.
Yeah, he was on the set of Terminator, and a guy walked in the shot. Very ooh.
Wait,
That's very common.
yeah, that's okay.
Oh shit.
Shit. I'm calling you
Yeah.
Christian Alex Bale from now on, man. That's your, that's your name. Ain't no
No,
more
we can
Alex
stick with
Hood.
Christian because of the faith. You know what I mean? We'll keep the Christian part. Put it in
Yeah,
quotation mark. Christian Bale.
Christian. Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong the
That's
fucking
funny.
shit? I still like to this day. I listen to it unironically. Every now and again, I'll randomly just Google it and listen to it because I don't know why I find it so funny. His shit, like the way he just completely. And the funny thing is, for a lot of it, he's not even talking in his natural accent. It's crazy. Like he stayed in character to go off. It's so wild because he has a pretty clear accent when he's not
Yeah.
keeping the American joint. But like in the rant, it came out at times, but in other times he was still John Connor. So I was like, yo, this is okay.
That's too method. like you brought my guy. Or how you acting when you pissed off? Like that's crazy. But yeah, all right. We got some reviews this week. We got Sandman and the Boys, season 3. We can go into Sandman, I guess. Well, okay. Actually, we can do. So, do you want to watch it first, and then we'll come back to review it, or just kind of get it out the way now? And
Give me the Monday to watch it. But if you want to give your initial thoughts on it, so I have an idea what I'm getting into, I wrote a note without you, so it's only fair.
Yeah. So, the Sandman starring. Hold on, I need notes for this one because I don't know who that dude is.
I know my girl Brianna Tarth is in it.
Yes, she is. Yeah. There's a lot of Game of Thrones like people in, well, not a lot, but there's some key Game of Thrones people in this too.
Say word.
Yeah, it is. I can go through. Well, okay, yeah, because I kind of messed up just thinking I could just watch it all the way through, but it's not that kind of show, and that's not a bad thing, right? I think I want every comic book show to follow their formula, like from now on, basically. So Sandman is played by Tom Sturridge. Never heard of him before, and he is a pretty decent Sandman. Again, I don't know Sandman all that well. I read a lot of John Constantine, Hellblazer, and he's in that world. Really, he's in that DC Vertigo comics world. So in the comics I read, he has like met up or ran into the Sandman from time to time, but only for like an issue, really. But I think he captures him kind of good, but like sometimes he does seem like he's like half sleep or just aloof sometimes, and a lot of times he just seems like just weak as hell. It's like, damn dog, you're supposed to be like, but I mean, the King of Dreams, how strong can the King of Dreams like actually be, I guess? But
That's Freddy.
no, he is not. He is, I want to say, the opposite of Freddy Krueger. Like, he's not menacing really at all. He just holds like a lot of power, basically. because he's a nice guy. He's like, he's like a sweet guy, honestly. Until you like do something against the rules, then he comes down heavy on you. You know what I mean?
I'm not a fan
But
of my protagonists being weak. I'm just letting you know. I don't like when my guy's getting smacked around. That's why I wasn't fucking with Invincible.
I mean, I'm not gonna say he's not, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. It's just he's a different kind of like comic book protagonist. I'll say that. You know, he is 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if he's like the next goth icon, though. You know,
Oh,
he is
God.
like, yeah. I mean, it's Neil Gaiman, so you know, yeah, is that. But like he did a good job through most of it, but a lot of the times, like when he's like acting in it or doing it, he kind of seems like he's in a whole nother movie or show. Oh, shit, my bad. Like a whole nother show, kind of.
I wish I guess this is when like watching it will become important because I can't really. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Like, does he seem unfocused or?
No, not really. It just seems like like he honestly kind of seems like he's in just a totally different movie kind of. Oh, hold on, let me.
Why does nigga look like Edward?
What, Edward Scissorhands?
No, Edward Cullen.
Oh my God, you talking about from what you call it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a bit, but to me, he looks like he's like trying to be a Zoolander. Oh.
Yo,
Like,
close that, bro. Close that. Don't make me look at that, bruh.
Most of the time when he's acting or whatever, it looks like he's. And what's that like? Because I was like, why is he making that face and doing all that? And then it was like early in the show when I realized, like, oh shit, like he trying to do the Zoolander thing, and it kind of ruined it from then on. I could not see that. after saying that, but
2 quick questions. One, did you finish?
Who?
Did you finish? Did you see the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so then I can ask question number 2. Because I did actually see one clip. I stopped before it resolved because I felt like I was seeing too much. But I saw a clip between Wendell and Christy, my girl, which I don't have any context for.
Did you see that?
And she had some kind of fight with dude.
You saw that?
I saw part of it. I don't have any, like I said, I don't have any context for it. So I guess my question is like, is that climactic? Because I hope I didn't fuck around and see the end of the show.
No, it's not the end.
It was on Facebook.
Oh man, what asshole put that on Facebook? See, that's why I'm not on Facebook, man.
I wasn't looking for it, man. I was going on there to update my status. And I saw this shit. I thought it was a trailer, so I clicked to watch it. And then they basically started playing every elementary school's version of rock, paper, scissors. You know what I mean? I summoned a rocket launcher. I summoned a robot. I summoned God. I was like, yo, what? Chill. That's what I was getting those
Bro, I was sitting there like, are you shitting me? Like, we doing this? We seriously doing this? No, come on, y'all. This was like, this is supposed to be an epic, the Lord of Hell and the Lord of Dreams, like dueling off, right? And it's just like this whole like cyber sexting ass like battle. Like, man, what are y'all doing, yo? Like, yeah, and I unbutton your blouse and put my hand or like above your bra. Oh, and so I undo your belt and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? What are we doing? This is dumb. It's one of the dumbest parts of the show, honestly. But I mean, it's not the end. It's not the end. I guess it's supposed to be kind of a major part of it, but still that one. And I think Sunday, when I texted you about it, like I had just kind of seen that part, and that's when I was like, I mean, it's interesting. You like interesting, good? I'm like, it's interesting. Because I'm like, what the hell is this, man? Like, but it's I guess it's Neil Gaiman. That is straight up kind of Neil Gaiman too. He is, and the show is in Neil Gaiman's own words, like kind of the way to watch it is like to go through the first. Wait, what did he say? Like don't go through the whole season in one sitting. He said something about the emotional impact of all 10 episodes is probably going to destroy you. I don't know about that. Like I don't know.
Who the
That's
fuck
a little
you
much.
are, bro?
Yes, I mean, but he do say don't stop before episode 6. But get to episode 6 and then have a day off to digest, and then go back in and do the Doll's House, which is like the later part of the show, which I actually agree with though, because the tone, it threw me off at first because it's a little all over the damn place. Like it's whimsical, and then it's like dark, and then it goes to like fantastical and whimsical again, and it's just like it threw me completely off. But that's because it's going through the volumes, like the actual like graphic novel volumes of the show, and it's like pretty faithful apparently to like the comics. And so that's what I said earlier about like this. I kind of want all comic book shows to be like this from now on, because it's like an anthology. It's not like one big story played out. It's kind of like an anthology series going, where they go through one volume, and then they go to the next volume, and then they go to the next volume. Like within 2 to 3 episodes, you're going through like each volume. I don't think every comic book show can do that really, but I would rather, instead of like stretching everything out for like 10 episodes for like one thing, yeah, we can kind of go through like every 2 to 3 episodes is like a volume, and then we can kind of like skip along to the next one. I'm not mad at that. Like I think that's actually pretty ingenious.
I have mixed feelings about that approach. Generally speaking, not even in relation to the show. I don't know, episodic shit has I never stick long with episodic stuff. Like I'll get into it. Like all sorts of like Family Guy, American Dad, all sorts of shows like that, and the superhero equivalents of that approach. I'll jump into them and I'll watch, like 15, 20 of them. And then kind of like at some point my mind just goes like, I think you get the point. And I just kind of move on, because I don't know, when I do agree with you that a lot of times when they do the opposite, I guess both approaches have their pluses and minuses, because the opposite, when you do have this one idea that goes on too long, clearly, that's rough too. There's a Goldilocks zone in there. I don't think any season should be 26 episodes long. That's inexcusable. There are a lot of shows that are, but I don't think it makes any sense. But even 13, depending on how long the episodes are, like if they're hour long, why do you need more than 10? You know what I mean? Like,
true, yeah,
get it done.
Yeah.
You really know what you're doing.
Sandman I think they're like 40 minutes. 40 or 50 minutes is like the longest, I think, or just maybe an hour. I think they're like an hour long. Most of them, not all of them, are like an hour long, but I think most of them like an hour long. And yeah, it's overall, I think like it's shot really well. There's a ton of effort that went into it. They're trying to make it like super faithful to like the graphic novels, and I appreciate that. And I again, I don't really know that much about the Sandman's story or his character like that, but they kind of break it up into like, I think it's like two volumes about like 3 or 4 different stories that's played out in the show. And the thing is, the villains are the ones that actually make the show though. Like the show is made by the villains, so every story has like a badass villain or a badass actor as the villain in it, right? So the first story has old Tywin Lannister in it.
Charles
Dance, the man. Like, yeah, so I mean,
I was just watching his death scene today. Don't ask why. Sometimes I randomly look that up.
Word. Why? That's random.
I hated Tywin, and I love watching him get murked.
Yeah, he is. He is the perfect. Like he plays a good dickhead, basically. Like he is perfect cat. If you need like a classy dickhead, Charles Dance is your man. Like he gets the job done. So yeah, like, and we go from he's in the first story, and for the next one, yeah, we got Professor Lupin in there.
Oh
Who is
Lord.
so Charles Dance is Roderick Burgess, and he's playing John D. Doctor D or Doctor Destiny or something like that. I don't know the character, but yeah, it's like he's in this, and all of these actors are just top notch, right? Like so, yeah, they really do make this show, like because he's playing kind of a not mentally ill, but like just like a mentally challenged character, and he
Mm-hmm.
plays it with a sense of like menace and kind of like earnest sincerity too. It's weird. I don't know, but like yeah, he is terrifying in this to a certain extent and just weird. You know what I mean? And then we go over to Brienne, my girl from Game of Thrones. She's what you saw already. So she's playing like the devil, and that weird.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know she was playing the devil.
Oh yeah. She is Beelzebub in this mug. You know what I'm saying? So
With
and
gender
again, like
swapping Satan.
yeah, they did. There's a lot of that.
I'm pretty sure they were pretty clear about who that was. But all right, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, you get it. And the guy I think is like the breakout. Like this dude is the breakout kind of star of this because again the villains make this show and he is good. Like he's too charismatic in his role. You know what I mean? I'm not even going to break down like who he is or what he does. Like I'll let you like discover that in the show. Too charismatic though. Like yeah, nobody he got tons of bodies in this because yeah, he just endears you in. Like he just sucks you in, and you think yeah he's an all right guy, man. And then yeah, it's just too late. You know he got you. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
and
I
I
do
have
love
no idea.
that guy.
Yeah, like seriously, and he plays it to the nines. But I don't know why his name is a book of the Bible either. I they never break that down.
Oh, the
So
Corinthians.
yeah, I'm not
Maybe
sure what
between now
that's
and
all
Monday, I'll read the Corinthians again.
about. But yeah, man, without getting too much into it, I do think it is definitely worth checking out. But again, I would say like just going into it knowing that it's an anthology. It's not like one, but they do kind of make it like roll together pretty smoothly too. But it's not
Mhm.
just all one thing because you'll be in like one story with these set of characters and the tone is this thing, and the next episode you're going over here and it's a different set of characters and the tone is just completely off. You know, it's a lot darker, you know, a lot grimmer or whatever. And so yeah, that's my thing. I like my rating. Well, I'll wait till you see it and break down my rating. But yeah, I think it's worth watching. I think it's worth checking out, and it might get a lot of people into reading the comics too. So
That'll
yeah,
work. Hopefully, it
there
will
you
keep me suitably distracted while I continue to wait anxiously for Cobra and Kai. That's where my heart is, man. There's just, as far as Netflix goes, there's not, they don't got anything that has my heart like that show did. It was Daredevil, but those are days long gone by, and
yeah.
Netflix ain't had nothing for me personally since that I've really like lost my mind over, except Cobra Kai. So it's like there's everybody else is second best. They the girls you sneak in when your wife is away and you get lonely. You know, like as soon as she comes back, you out of here, bruh.
Yeah, pick up. Don't leave none of your shit either. Like, get all your
Real
shit.
shit.
I don't. What? I guess it's The Witcher for me. The Witcher is probably my number one Netflix show.
I'm judging you.
Don't judge me.
I am. I don't understand. I tried. I really tried. I don't get it.
It might be the video game. It might be the video game because I love the video games. Like, so that is one of my favorite games ever, and so a lot of that carries over from like The Witcher 3, Witcher 2 and 3. I like Witcher 2 too, but no, I like the show. Like, it's probably not for everybody, but it's got enough. I don't know, the second season wasn't that heavy on the action. It was more like character kind of development and stuff. But it's got enough action. It's got tits. It's got monsters.
Man, look,
Yeah.
keep it a buck with you. That show peaked at toss a coin to your Witcher. I ain't see shit else. That was I had that song on my playlist. That shit was fire. But like outside of that, bro, man, I was like, first off, maybe I'm just dumb, and I'm really fully ready to admit that I might just be dumb. But it took me like 4 episodes before I even put together that they were telling 2 different timelines.
No, you're not dumb. No, they I don't know why the hell they did it like that. Because at that, I was lost. Like through the first half of that, I was lost. I'm like, wait, didn't she die? What are we doing? And then like I kind of quit. Oh, so they went back. They telling 2 different. So this is the past and this is now. Okay. Why the fuck didn't you say that? Like tell us what are you doing? So yeah, that was that was a lot of people complained about that. But I was like, no. They went back in time and now they're showing like why he cares about Siri and all that. Yeah, I know. But no,
You know what made me mad? You know what made me really mad? The girlfriend
What?
I had at the time I was watching this with, and she has this friend who like she ain't dumb, but she's like, not dumb, like just kind of right over not dumb.
She's dumb.
Right.
I got you. Right,
She's
right.
not dumb. She edged her way in to the club. She can be part of the club, but definitely last year. Anyway, I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, she pointed out that they were 2 timelines, and like I heard it come out of her mouth, and I was like, nah. And I told her that she was wrong. And then when it became clear that she was right, I was like, I must be retarded, bro. Like, how did I not?
Okay, that's why you don't like that show. Okay, I get it now.
That has nothing to do with it.
I think that has everything to do with it. You just like, man, bitch, shut up. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think you got it. You right.
No, I was already not feeling it after the first episode. But I never judge a show based on the first episode. So I tried. And I got to episode 3 and I was like, why am I still not feeling it? And then because everybody was on Facebook, like they were like praising this show. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I was waiting for the moment where I was gonna start to praise it. Because every time I sat down with a show in recent time that the world told me I needed to watch, generally speaking, I wasn't disappointed. I finally copped out and watched Breaking Bad. I finally copped out and watched The Wire. I finally copped out and watched Game of Thrones, Clone Wars. I enjoyed all those. So I was like, all right, I'm sure it will get to that point. And it just didn't. And I was mad. I was upset.
Oh, I know why. I know why now. I get it now.
All right, whatever, bro.
It's like, man, shut your ass up. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, damn. Yeah, I think you. They kind of. I don't know why they did it like that though. They shouldn't have ran that show that way because it's a pretty solid story on its own. They didn't have to like dice the thing up like that. You know what I'm saying? Season 2 was good. Like I understand the criticism of both of them. I understand criticisms of The Witcher. But season 2 was good, but it wasn't. It was a lot slower than season 1, believe it or not. But towards the end, they got, huh?
So season 1 was slow.
You think season 1 was slow? No, towards the end of season 2, it did pick up though. But yeah, it was a lot of like, okay, we find Yennefer. We're on a quest to find Yennefer, and we're still looking for Yennefer. All right, we're still looking for Yennefer. Okay, I got you. I'm with you, but all right, come. But nah, that's my show though. I love that show.
They're still camping. Are they getting to season 3?
Yeah. December. I hope we getting it. I think they're filming it. I know Henry Cavill kept getting COVID or something that was delaying it. So
Kept getting COVID.
yeah, he like getting COVID. Like what you doing, bro? But yeah, all right. What else do we have? Oh yeah, The Boys. The Boys, season 3. Start well. I know Carl Urban. I know Carl because I remember the last time I said I don't know none of these people, but I know Carl Urban. Like that's my guy from like Judge Dredd and Star Trek and a bunch of other stuff. He's always good.
Anthony Starr plays Homelander.
This is his role. Like this is his role. Like this is he a superstar now? You think he's a superstar? I think
he very easily can be one if he wants to.
yeah, because he is Homelander. Like this he will forever be known as home for good or bad. He will forever be known as Homelander. This season is wow, yo. This like balls to the wall, literally. Like this, like exploding everything. The show like starts off the break, like. And again, I'm sitting here watching this, like, why am I watching this, man? This shit is just nobody should be watching this. Really, this is a show for nobody. This is TV. Just don't watch this. It's not good for you. And I don't know how to say it. I don't know even how to say it. The first, like, we start off at this party, and there's this guy like Ant-Man, right? Like Ant-Man or Captain Atom. He can like shrink down. He can like expand or shrink down, right? And he has a boyfriend or a guy friend that he's partying with, and he shrinks down, and he enters an orifice. And he's taking rails. He's taking bumps, right? He's imbibing, and he starts sneezing, because he's imbibing and it's twitching his nose, and starts sneezing, and he enters an orifice.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should be watching the show. This show is just God Almighty. This show is off the hook, bro. But I loved it. I gotta admit, I'm one of those sickos. I'm a sicko. I loved it. I don't know what you think, bro.
Oh, I think it's the best season of the show so far, easily. I don't think it's even worth talking about whether or not that's a question. I mean, we talk about the season, but I mean, like in terms of comparing it to I don't think it's comparable. It blew that entire show out of the water.
Yeah, especially because season 1 was my favorite because I would never forget like the face ride of death that was in that first show.
Oh yeah,
Pop Claw.
Homie, man.
Yeah, that was the moment I said, I love the show. I love it. This shit is crazy. I love this show. But yeah, no, this that ain't shit compared to what happens in this joint, man.
Yeah, it's a sad day when that was back when the show was tame.
Facts. Oh my god. And so I'm not that well versed in the comics. So they introduce a lot of stuff in this. There's the Compound V, which is they have like a little mini shot of a Compound V in here that you take it, you just shoot that shit up, man. Hit me. I need a hit. Shoot it up, and it gives you like temporary powers for like 24 hours. And so the Butcher and Howie get a hold of that, and that kind of changes the playing field a little bit. And then they introduce another pivotal character in this. Somebody who is, I'm pretty sure, one of your absolute favorites. I don't know how you feel about it because you know, he's one of your it's like a it's the opposite side of like your favorite, you know.
Talk about my man Soldier Boy.
Yeah, boy, we got
Loved him.
yeah, got your boy Soldier Boy in here. Know what I'm
Loved
saying?
him. You. I can't believe you pulled that shit up. I said, what the heck is that dance? You don't know
Oh,
Soldier Boy? You.
you. Yeah, every time they mention him, I couldn't help but think of like that damn Soldier Boy. But
I
no,
might listen
Soldier
to that
Boy.
song after this.
Oh yeah, I can cue it up, man. Hey,
No.
screw
We gonna get
that
flagged,
thing
bro.
up.
We gonna get
Yeah,
flagged.
man. Hey man, F you too. We cool. But yeah, no, every Soldier Boy, like what how do you like his portrayal as like the worst version of your guy Captain America?
I love him. I have no like I absolutely love it. It's one of those rare times where a character is completely different from the comic books, and I don't take issue with it because this is not even close. Like the comic book version of him is actually the opposite of this guy. You know what I mean? So, but somehow also the opposite of Captain America as well. So it's make of that what you will. He a bitch.
Oh, that's wild.
Like he's a bitch's bitch. So it's yeah, it's crazy. But Soldier
Oh,
Boy
they
in the
went that
show,
way with it. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Soldier Boy in the show, I
Okay.
think he's. I mean, he was hilarious. He was threatening. He was oddly sympathetic at times, and he had that one joke about Bill Cosby. He was like, "I used to love that guy. He
Yeah.
made some. His drinks were strong photo." I was like, "Yo, what? Yo, you
Yeah,
wild."
facts.
But yeah, and I didn't watch Supernatural, so I don't have a nostalgia with Jensen Ackles or anything like that. I don't really know his work, but I loved his portrayal, and yeah, they continue to do the rift on famous superheroes. They've covered Superman, the Justice League, and then they were kind of dipping into the Avengers and whatnot. So why not do the Golden Boy? They did a little joint about Stan Lee too. Loki, the guy was the legend. He's clearly supposed to be a stand-in for Stan Lee.
Oh, I missed
And
that.
huh?
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's more apparent in the comics than in the show. In the comics,
Okay.
the way he's drawn, he's a super old man, and he's clearly drawn to resemble Stan Lee. He's just a complete asshole.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so Soldier Boy is probably one of my favorite parts of the season. I do think I'm not a fan of the way it ended. I'm kind of the guy that likes my shit to be wrapped up, and I'm not a fan of characters ending up exactly where they were at the start. So the fact that we went through all that just to put them back in a tube, I'm like, all right, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It was kind of disappointing. Because it kind of don't have a point. Like the whole thing seems a little pointless. Like when you do that though. But yeah, I think Jensen Ackles, who if you watch a lot of CW about what 5 years ago, I think at this point, like he's very familiar with you now, like from Supernatural and all that. But man, he killed his role. Like
Oh,
I 100% bought him as like a shitty Captain America. I think that was like perfect casting, man. And he had that like really gruff kind of exterior, that really toxic ass old school masculinity, that I kind of miss actually. I kind of miss that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, just pour beer out and like tell your son he ain't shit every now and then, just to keep him humble. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
Yeah, it's come on, man. That's American tradition. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've in a weird. I feel horrible, but I was kind of rooting for him a little bit in this. I was kind of rooting for him a little bit, But
I was more so rooting against Homelander.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
like,
lot of that.
I just want that nigga dealt with. I'm glad.
Man.
I'm glad Maeve made it out. I don't. I I do take issue. This is a small issue, but it's there nonetheless. I take issue with how even the playing field became. Like in the comics, even among the stronger soups, Homelander was still in the league of his own. Like Maeve and him have a standoff at the end of the series where she rushes him and he just kicks her head off and it's over. Like
Oh
straight
shit,
up.
really?
Yeah. He just murders her.
Damn.
You don't even see it happen. It's just on the next panel, the head is flying out the window and it's fucking done. So and in this one, it just felt like I always had the idea that Homelander, the reason Homelander was so terrifying was because even with all the help in the world, there's nobody that can rock with him. There's nobody on his level. But you had a souped up Butcher, Starlight, and Soldier Boy, and Maeve for a minute, and they almost had him. So to me, you just get a couple guys with super strength and just bank this nigga, and apparently you can deal with him.
Yeah.
He brings his threat down just a little bit because you can't find 4 or 5 soups with super strength.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know how strong they were when they took the that temporary V. Yeah, they never really like say like how strong, but I guess so. Everybody who grew up with Compound V, they're all at the same strength level except for Homelander, because I guess he was like the son of I mean, shit, spoil it might be too late for spoilers, but like he's the son of Soldier Boy. So I guess that's what bumps him up extra level or something like that. That always kind of confused me, like in the show. Like, well, exactly how strong is everybody? Like, are they all the same? Was it levels to this, or like, what's going on?
Yeah, in the past seasons, and I guess that will be one of the weaknesses of the season, but power scaling in general is a difficult thing to do. But in the past season, it's very easily felt like soups were on different levels. And in this season, I don't know if it was because of the fact that the conflict had to be believable, or if Temp V is just a lot more powerful than I think it is. But yeah, the difference in power really didn't feel like it was that. Like it honestly felt like Maeve, with just a little extra training or whatever, could have stood up to Homelander. Like I mean, she was roughing him up. So I was like, all right, cool. Why are you niggas scared?
Right, right. Because I think and she knows how to fight, and that was always my thing with Superman. Like he's just stronger than everybody, so he don't really need to know how to fight. He just throws a punch and like niggas die basically. But like I think Wonder Woman can always hold her own because she can kick she can kick anybody's ass, like for real. You know what I'm saying? Like she can fight, as well as like, and Batman kind of is in the room because that's all he knows. He's psychotic as hell, and all he does is just train and fight and just menace like his way through everything. But I think they kind of don't do that in here because I mean Homelander don't really know how to fight exactly. Like again, he just throws a punch and like he destroys everything. But like, and I think that's how they showed like Maeve was like actually taking it to him because like she can actually fight. like she trains and like actually knows how to fight, and as well as a Butcher too. Like Butcher knows crazy. like but he is trained though. Like he is military trained, so like he knows how to handle himself too, and that's why I think he was kind of taking it to Homelander a little bit himself. But still, like Homelander's still like a little stronger. But it just seemed like he's a little bit stronger than everybody.
Yeah,
he's not like, yeah. But man, speaking of Homelander, Anthony Starr in this, man, I love this because he was losing his shit in the season. Like he was coming unhinged in this, and I think they did that like super well, man. That was probably one of the most entertaining things about it. Is just because like the other 2 seasons he was just holding it together, like barely, and season 2 he barely just holding it together, right? And in this one he just has a moment where he's just like, you know what, F it. look, I'm the head nigga in charge. You know, I don't want to hear shit from nobody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he killed this, man. I don't know what you think.
I think I agree with you, but I also add, I think because of where they took him this season and because of how much he convinced me that he really is just saying fuck it to everything, I think the show has one good season left. Because you can't keep telling the story with an unhinged Homelander without some kind of end game. So I think I'm gonna trust that they know that and they're planning on wrapping the season up or wrapping the show up in either next season or the one after. Because I just don't see it going much. Now that we're at a place where he can just go to a protest, laser somebody's head clean off, and now the world just knows that he's like this. We're in the end game now. We got to be right. Like,
yeah, and it was that really it kind of caught me off guard, but then again it didn't, because it just brought me back to a couple years ago when Trump was saying, I can go down 9th Street and shoot a guy in cold, like broad daylight, and people would cheer me for it. You know, it was just like, okay, I see what y'all doing there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, y'all that parallel y'all are bringing out. You know,
I feel like they would though. Like, I feel like any president who did that, people would cheer just because of how gangster that shit would be. Like, holy shit! All right, I need the president to be able to do 4 terms.
Yeah. God damn, yeah, president just gacked somebody, bro. Like, he just murked them right there.
Could you imagine if some guy like just murdered somebody and the president just got called a press conference and he just walked up to the podium and rolled his sleeves up? It was like, I'd be right back. And then, like, later,
yeah, somebody at the press conference just talking mad shit. And it was like, okay, all right, yeah, I got you. Yeah, yeah, hello, all right, yeah. Don't be outside when this is over. Know what I'm saying?
It reminds me of this awesome scene from a not so great movie, but I kind of like it. Superman Doomsday, like I don't know if you ever saw that one. It's an animated movie.
Oh yeah.
Where the first time they adapted the Doomsday story, and there's a scene after you find out that Superman. Yeah, for real. There's a scene after you find out that Superman is a clone, where Lex Luthor brings him into the Red Room, and he just rolls up his sleeve with his kryptonite gauntlets, and he just starts beating on the neck. Like, yo, he really just said, all right, enough of this. It just gave him this nigga attitude adjustment. I was like, all right, cool. So something about that is all. I like that calm, just kind of when somebody just slowly gets themselves together, they don't freak out or whatever. Yeah. They just wait until they're ready, and then they just come out and bow, shut the fuck up. You know,
those be the most dangerous people too. Like, yeah, it's not the dude who like losing the shit and screaming. That's the guy that's like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, in terms of the
Yeah, and I was gonna say like that whole like sequence. I love how they're like they did that last season too. They're kind of like holding up the mirror, kind of like to like show the like especially like us in this country. I don't even know what to call this country we in right now. This shit is just bananas. That's who we are right now, right? Yeah, call it like you see it, but yeah, it's like holding up a mirror, like saying, "Yeah, look, I know you liking the show and all, but this is you. You know, this is you. Cut that shit out. Straighten up." You know what I'm saying? But
I don't know, man. I ain't cheering for no damn public execution. I mean, it's all jokes and whatnot, but like, nah, I couldn't be cheering for no public execution. That's crazy.
Well, and you know the thing, I remember when Bin Laden got taken out, and like people were like at the White House like cheering and celebrating, and I'm just like, I mean, it's Bin Laden, but I don't know if I can like celebrate somebody's death like that. You know, it's like I don't know, it don't sit right. You know, even if it is Bin Laden, you know.
I was the same way, but partially because to this day I don't even really believe he did it. But even in a world where he did do it, and which very well could be this world. I mean, I wasn't there, so, you know.
You know what?
Saying he did do it.
I need to cue up the X-Files music. So every time we go, there's like some conspiratorial shit. We just go. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey man, listen. It's not the craziest thing I've heard, but I'm with you, man. I was in the locker room when that news broke for Jim, and everybody in the locker room, it was like, yeah, like we was old enough to really understand it. You know what I mean? And I was like,
Yeah.
Something about the fact that all you niggas just got happy as fuck, and not one of y'all was in New York that day, kind of wild to me. But you know, whatever. So,
yeah, that was, I don't know. It was just like, I mean, I get it, but I don't know. It's just wild. But yeah, no, that like, if I thought of like that whole Trump thing immediately, and I was like, that's kind of true. Like, if he did that, I'm pretty sure them idiots would be out there. Woo! Yeah.
I'm sure he'd have a good reason. Probably not. Probably not. I'm glad Ashley had a heart at the end of the season when she sees the video footage of Maeve being alive, and she just straight deleted it. And she gave other Ashley that look. I think that will come back to bite her because she was gonna leave Ashley to die. So
yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, and it's like a meta thing with this show too, because I'm trying to think who are the good people in this. I don't even be talking about like the boys or people in the Seven or anything like or Vought. Who are there good people in this show? Like everybody seems to be an asshole that's out for themselves, kind of. And I'm like, are they doing that on purpose? Are they trying to say that about just people, or are they trying to say that about just Americans? Or
Starlight is more or less a good person. I would say Mother's Milk is also more or less a good person.
Yeah,
Probably
Huey's like decent.
He's good, but he's not as good as I wanted him to be. Like in the comics, he's damn near like squeaky clean. There's one little arc where he really just goes off the deep end. He finds out about Starlight when in the show the Deep tried to get her to do whatever and she didn't. But in the comics, it was a little bit more rough. It was a group activity.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was oh my gosh. See, there was a scene or a visual in the Herogasm episode. I was trying to blank out of my mind. I didn't need to see all that. I didn't need to see that. I'd have been happy not seeing that.
It wasn't Herogasm-y enough for me, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, it was kind of like Skinamaxy. You know, it wasn't that. They did have like an extra long that dude with the extra long
Long Johnson? My man's Long Johnson? Yeah.
That was crazy. But no, like it was pretty tame. But then they had that thing when I guess he was recording the toilet or something. And I was just like, man, I don't need why. And I'm not even coming from like a prudish, oh God, kind of like thing. Like I'm a grown adult married male who like I survive off of porn every now and then, so I'm not even like approaching it like, oh God, but I was just like, I don't need to see that. Why do we need to see that, man? We get it. We got the point without seeing that. Like, why do you want to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I just honestly, I'm really just disappointed because they went through the motions of putting a whole crazy disclaimer at the start of the episode. You know what I mean? Like they were like,
yeah,
this isn't really suitable for anybody, and they acknowledged it. Like no decent, sane, well-adjusted person should be watching this shit. But since you're here, we're just letting you know. So like, I looked at my friend. I was like, all right, this shit about to be crazy. I mean, like by the boys' standards, it wasn't really all. Now, if we had been watching like the CW or some shit like that, and that had happened, that would have been wild.
Yeah, but what are they doing? They can get away with that? Do they know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shit like that would be crazy, and Netflix shows shit like that would be crazy and Game of Thrones, shit like that would be crazy. And, like, there's a whole bunch of places where shit like that would be crazy. But The Boys came out the gate with shit like that. So
Yeah.
it was just like, all right, the Deep is rocking the starfish, but he not a starfish, the squid,
Yeah,
or
octopus. Yeah.
But low key, he been alluding to that since the first season, so I'm not like shocked. You know what I mean? We watched a dude die between two girls' cheeks because she just rode him to death in season 1. You want to try a little harder, bro. Not you shouldn't try harder because nobody should be watching this. No well-adjusted human being will be watching this. I'm broken. So.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, this show, bro. This show is just crazy. Oh my God. This show make me wish I was still in high school. Like, I'm just imagining like still being in high school when this show came out. It's all we would talk about. Like, this is literally all we would talk about is this damn show from the time we hit the bus stop all the way back to like I hit my door again. Like, this the only thing we'd be obsessing over this damn show.
I would be trying so hard to make sure my mom don't hear me talking about it, because if she found out that I was watching a show like that back then, oh no.
Oh yeah. No. Boy, you be in church all day. Like, she make you go to church every day of the week, boy.
I'm pretty sure she would lock everything down. That was the time when she started doing that. Like, she put filters on the computer. It was crazy.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure I had something to do with that though, because
yeah, 100%. Because that's the mode I'm in now. Like, my son's tablet. It's the summertime, and I don't know. I was tired of him bugging me to put app on there to like put the the parental passcode in there. So I'm like, give me this shit, and I just unlocked it. Like, there you go, boom, leave me alone. But so I don't know, like I don't know if I want to just grab it one time when he's not noticing and just go through the search history. I don't want to. I don't know if I want to. I think
you got to do it for the views, man. For the views.
I'm not putting him out there like that. I ain't gonna put him out there like that, but that's like responsible parenting, right? Like, you just gotta like just go through the search history every now and then and just I think it'd be funny, honestly. It might be funny until it's not. You know?
Just remember, a blank history is a dirty history.
Yeah, go through there like, so you ain't searched nothing, huh? Oh, just clean, no history at all. Yeah.
No, I used to erase history, and then I would open 4 websites, and I would refresh each page like 20 times. So just in case niggas look.
Bro, you on mastermind level. You know what I'm saying?
I got caught like twice, so I had to start thinking on that level. I was like, oh shit. Because my dad was the one that's how I learned about search history. I walked in the room and my dad was like, I know everywhere you've been. I was like, oh fuck. All right. Okay. But it happened twice. He got me twice.
Oh, he got you twice. Yeah. What like was he mad, or was he just like, okay, look, man, just stop searching this shit, you know? So like, look, I understand. He was
furious, bro.
He was okay. All right.
My dad was never into no shit like that.
Oh, okay.
Which is probably a lie, but you know, I acknowledge that it's probably a lie, but I understand you have to be a parent right now, so it doesn't matter. Like, you can't show weakness.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of transparent. You know what I'm saying? Like, if like whatever you ask, I'll be like, yeah, I did this, I did that. Here's why you shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? This is where I fucked up at, and this is why you shouldn't do it. But you know, I'm not gonna act like I'm holier than thou. Definitely not. You know. But yeah, that's right.
Some of his vulnerability lately, like every now and again. I think it's because now I'm old enough to handle it. Because now, like, I'm like beating myself up a lot about like life and where I'm at in life. And sometimes he'll just sit me down and tell me a story to make me feel better. Man. Yeah, for real. It's like, let me tell you about when I was 21, and I'll be shocked to hear some of that shit. Like, oh wow, okay, cool. Yeah, man. It makes me feel a little bit better for like 30 seconds, and then I'm back. Whatever. Yeah, because my father's college educated, My mom is college educated. He's a professor at a university. My mom's a doctor. Grandparents they have prestigious jobs. My uncle, I'm pretty sure, is a millionaire. It's crazy. Like I'm just over
Yeah,
here like I talk about the 2 colleges.
oh yeah, your parents are upstanding citizens. You know what I'm saying? They are the pillars of the community.
Yeah, and they never mention it. That's the like all of this shit is stuff I put on myself. They don't ever look down on me. They don't ever throw that shit in my face. They don't ever show up like, all right, man. So what you doing with your life? Like they don't never do anything like that. But I walk in the house after like spending the entire day staring at my laptop, and like my mom is busy saving lives, and my dad is busy molding young minds. I'm just like, I just watched 10 hours of television for a YouTube review. So that makes us the same, right? We're not the same. We're not the same at all.
Well, when you put it that way, so no, I'm just messing with you. No, but they are. No, there is a period where I think you do have to lay off your kids and let them find their way. Like you got to develop at some point, and it's only if like you were like my age and still at home, just living off of them watching shit all day, like, yeah, what up, pops? Yeah, what you doing, pops? How's it going? Like, man, look, get your big grown musty behind ass out of here. But where were we? Where did we leave off?
Funny. A mirror to society. Who's the good guy?
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like a meta message they're putting in the show where there's like, yeah, there's at the like everyone's core is just a terrible human being. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah, they're trying to say a lot of things depending on what episode, what season. This season they're definitely going for that whole hive mind kind of thing. Homelander's been so insecure about how people will perceive him if he ever decided to drop his facade, and turns out that they are very receptive of it, which is honestly it's the truth, and it's not even necessarily mal-spirited, because like when you take a guy like Trump, for real, Trump is, as funny as I found him to be, and as much as I do think he's an exaggerated evil, there's sorry, I lost my train of thought. As much as I think he's an exaggerated evil, there's definitely shit about him that you can't defend. But in the game of politics, it's like you got people who are just starving for some kind of genuine approach. So when you get a guy that gets on board and is just completely outspoken and completely honest about the shit that he's on, even when the shit he's saying is terrifying. It's like the Joker speech from The Dark Knight. He's like, nobody panics when everything goes according to plan, even if the plan is horrifying. Because when the truth happens, people just kind of go, all right, because you can make sense of the truth. It's hard to buy into the lies, and then you get kind of turned off when you realize you're being lied to and all this other shit. But when somebody just looks you in the eye and goes, hey, look, next week I'm gonna blow up a school full of children, you panic, but then you find a way to go, well, at least I'm not being lied to. And it's just and then your head, it becomes a better prospect. So guys like Trump and Homelander or whatever, they amass a following because people have not had somebody that they can really believe in. Honestly, they think they had that, and then they found out it was all a facade and it was all a charade and it was all this, that, and third. And it kind of they became disillusioned. It broke their spirit. It took their trust away. It harmed them in a way that I'm not really sure you can even repair. And so they threw their hat behind anyone who wouldn't lie to them. And yeah, Homelander won't lie, but also what comes with that is sometimes motherfuckers get shot down in the middle of the street and people cheer for them.
Yeah, but as long as it's not happening to you, it's all good, right? Like that's where, like you were saying, like, oh, somebody's going to blow up a school next week, and people are panicked, but they're like, oh, not my kid's school. So you know what I mean? Oh, all right, let me go on with my life. And yeah, I don't know, it's all shit. But in the show, it was just like the disillusionment of mass media or whatever. And I think in real life, though, it was just Obama got elected. That's what made all these like white people, these like right-wing white people lose their shit and go on this right-wing shit show that we're in now. But yeah, it's anyway, yeah, like I love the aspect of it. What else happened in this crazy ass show? I don't know, I'll say what?
A bunch.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What's the next thing that happened in there? We had a hero gasm. Oh my god, I can't remember. Something else happened. Hold up.
We found out A.Train got a new heart from the racist that paralyzed his brother. There's that.
Yeah, A-Train is. Well, I mean, they portray like a honest to God sellout, and well, no, because the Deep is probably like no, yeah, they both sellouts actually, but yeah, watching the A-Train sellout is just like like oh come on, brother, you know what I'm saying? What you doing, my guy? But yeah, it's that political. So it's the political game. I wonder why they don't like, add like a social media aspect to that too, because that's the only thing that's kind of missing. It kind of translates to like a political campaign with them, with like their approval points and making a statement here to like make everything look fine or whatever. But yeah, I think they honestly should do like social media or TikTok type stuff. Like yeah, I think that'll translate a lot better.
I think social media was more last season because remember when Stormfront said that she was just posting a bunch of memes and shit, and that's how she was garnering her following, and she was getting a whole bunch of people behind her. But I think they maybe they just didn't want to seem redundant, and the political landscape is just kind of, I don't want to say more relevant, but in terms of what they're going for, yeah, because like this whole season, you find out was kind of political maneuvering by Victoria Newman to get into the White House. So they kind of just kept it focused there so the theme could line up, I guess. Which, by the way, that is a horrifying prospect, Victoria Newman being in the White House. Because this bitch gotta go.
Yeah, that's what they kind of ended the season on that. Like, oh no, she gotta go. But yeah, she came out the blue too, though. Was she in season 2? I don't really remember.
Yeah, she was the head popper.
She was. I honestly don't even remember her like that.
Season 2 did come out. There was a large gap between season 2 and 3, which I hope they don't take another gap that big, because it was funny when I watched the trailer for The Boys, for season 3. When I really realized how long ago the second season had been, I was like, wow, nigga, like this is crazy. You almost didn't notice his absence, but also very acutely noticed his absence. I was like, it feels like it's been like years. Also, it don't feel like it's been any time at all, but that's because the world took a time out for 2 years, which is still crazy to me. That's still crazy to me.
Yeah, no, like they got interrupted like a bunch of other people because of the pandemic. But it was, I don't know, because I hadn't finished it when it first came out. I didn't finish season 2 when it first came out, so I had a nice little gap of like, oh, I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they got Frenchie and what's that girl's name?
Kimiko.
Yeah, their whole relationship was like they focused a lot on that this season, and that weird like dance sequence they had in that like towards the end was, I don't know if like this show is so violent and so dark. Like I thought it was nice, man. I thought it was nice. It was cute. It was a
No,
nice break
no,
from
no.
everything.
Stop, stop,
No,
stop turning shit into musicals for no reason. Stop doing it.
it was I liked it. It was a breath. It was a breath of fresh air, between the guts and the dystopian reality. It was fun. Totally unnecessary, but it was cool. I liked it. It was all right.
Stop turning shit into musicals. They tried that with The Flash. It didn't work out.
Oh my god, did they really?
Yeah, it was in season 3. They did a whole musical episode.
Yeah, I must have blanked that out. Yeah, okay. I think I blanked that out of my memory. I don't even remember that. Ugh, God.
Don't worry about it, bro. I've seen that episode
Yeah.
exactly 4 times. Don't ask me why I've seen it 4 times because I really don't care for that episode. But I show the show to other people, and eventually I get there. And it's one of those episodes that there are episodes that are bad enough to skip because I just don't feel like suffering through it a second time. But then there are episodes that are so bad, it's like I owe you this pain. I'm not about to suffer here by myself. So I've seen the episode a couple times. He teams up with Supergirl, and there's a song called Super Friends. That tells you pretty much all you need.
Oh my lord! Why don't I remember that? Was that the first crossover they did?
Nah, we're a couple crossovers into by
Okay.
But listen,
I don't remember.
some people repress. Repression is a very common thing when it comes to trauma. So I understand why you don't remember.
Yeah, I blanked that. Yeah, I don't want to remember that shit. But yeah, man. So this season wrapped up. Like you said, there has to be. There isn't that many places they can go with this. Homelander is completely unhinged and unchained, and he's murdering people in the streets to great acclaim for some reason.
That'd be crazy.
Huh?
I think it'd be crazy if we found out all of this was a fucking Brightburn prequel. Did you ever see Brightburn?
Oh my god! Yes, I saw that show. Oh, I forgot all about that movie. Holy shit! That'd be crazy if it was the same kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it turned out that this was a prequel, and all of them die, and it's just him left, and he goes to some like rural countryside place, and we find out that he just changed his identity, that should be wild.
That would be crazy. But God, yeah, I'm gonna watch that again. Yeah, that was the first kind of like if Superman was a kid on actual Earth, he would be terrible. He'd be horrible. He'd like become like a world menace type of thing.
I did not care for that movie.
It was funny. I like it. It was funny. Remember dying laughing at that. And it was terribly written too. But yeah, so I mean, what's your rating? What you gonna rate it? 4? Oh, 4, man. This is kind of a 5 for me, man. Like, yeah, this was like it had everything you would want out of a crazy, grotesque, not safe for anybody the kind of show. And
A.n.SFA.
Yeah, just nobody should be watching this shit. And yeah, but the thing is, like, what do they? Okay, how do you top this? How the hell do you even top this?
I'm sure they'll figure it out. I think again, bringing the comics into it. If it ends anything like the comics, Soup War. That's the way you top this. You have to write it well, but just have it. Eventually, this all has to come to a boiling point, and shit just has to get settled. And again, like I said, I think that boiling point should come fairly soon. I'd be satisfied if we only got one more season. I'll settle if we get 2 more. But if they go beyond season 5, I'm gonna start to take issue with that.
I'd be looking for them to jump the shark or something at some point. It's just like, yeah, what do you do with like? And there's no. How are they going to find like a way to take out Homelander though? Well, I mean, they still got Soldier Boy on ice. So I guess that's gonna come into play at some point. So.
Yeah, they'll deal with him. But with Butcher fated to die and shit like that, you know what I mean? Because that's one of the last twists. We find out he's sick and it's terminal.
Yeah.
It's time to go ahead and bring it on home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. I loving a show, but the only thing I love more than that is I love the idea of saying goodbye before I don't love it anymore. So I'd rather a short-lived show that stayed great than something that stayed on for years and years and years and got bad, because that more so often happens, and then you don't get an ending that you like, and you know, that's how you get Game of Thrones season 8.
That's how you get lost. That show stayed on too long. They should have wrapped that up like season 3. Should have been gone.
Flash is in his 9th season. Arrow went for 8 seasons.
Is that still good? I kind of stopped watching that after Flashpoint.
Flash, no, it's not good.
Yeah. That's why I stopped watching. I was afraid of it. I was afraid of that because I really liked that show. It was like, I can see it kind of starting to. Everybody got powers now, so it's like, okay, yes, only way to go is down.
Yeah,
at this point,
I'm gonna watch the last season just to see how it ends, but you know, I'm kind of upset that the Flash ended up going longer than Arrow. That bothers me. We're gonna have to make a whole nother video for me to talk about, but that really fucks with me to my core. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yep. The boys, 9 out of 10, A.n.A. approved. I mean, nobody should watch the show, but if you're gonna watch it, you'll love it because you're sick like we are. But so, yeah, man. Thank you for checking us out and watching us. If you made it this far, hey man, you're a real one. Thank you for rocking with us. And my name is Alex Mack, and my podcasting brother, as always, is.
That's it.
And we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.